September 11th, 2025. This has been an interesting 24, 48 hours, I guess. As you can tell, my locale is quite different. I have driven to Washington. I'll get to that point a little bit later. I guess my thought of the day today is kind of one of, I guess, a little bit of confusion, a little sadness in a sense, a little annoyance. It's a big mix as the political machine has really reared its ugly head and driven voices on all sides, especially those in my, friends online, as well as, typical YouTuber type stuff, or just social media in general, to just really lean hard one way or the other. There is very little I've seen of a remotely moderate nature that can kind of see this whole event in a just kind of a more natural framing. I'm not even sure how to put it, really. I think it's the situation, obviously, it's incredibly sad. Somebody who was just doing their thing drew a lot of enemies, and they were assassinated for what they were doing. I guess the nature of that is just that it will create polarizing opinions. Opinions that vary between total dehumanization to total martyrdom, and it not a lot in the very middle. Nobody's perfect. Charlie Kirk was not a perfect man. He just did what he was doing. He was good at what he was doing. Obviously very good to incite this sort of action against him, both through his assassination and through the commentary pointed at him. It's a little frustrating to see that the very thing it seemed was his central message, the thing about discussion of ideas with opponents of your ideas, is being essentially ignored, dismissed by the people that support him. I've seen many comments saying, if you online, basically to the effect that if you are making fun of my man Charlie, unfriend me. Where in reality, that is exactly not what Charlie would be doing. He wanted to be friends with the people he disagreed with so that he could maintain discussion with them. This whole unfriend me thing, it in itself is a cancer. The concept is exactly antithetical to what positive kind of discourse can arise. And again, to Charlie Kirk's message there, I've seen him say it many times that the moment we stop talking is the time that things elevate to a new, worse level. So by unfriending anybody, you further isolate yourself into whatever echo chamber you already exist. The ability to dehumanize and reject anything outside of your echo chamber essentially becomes inevitable. Hang on to your friends, the people that you believe have extremely different opinions than you. They are your friends. They're your human friends. Don't unfriend anybody. If you don't like what they're saying right now, if you don't like their rhetoric or whatever, you can mute them, you can, turn down their volume, but don't make it completely silent forever. The essential element that is almost entirely lost in all of this is that we are all human beings trying to do our best. Yes, there are actual evil, bad actors out there. There are people that are maliciously aligned to corrupt, sabotage, destroy regular good people. But that is a very small percentage. I know that. When I say very small, I don't know what percentage very small is. But it's not common. Even my friends online who are even vitriolic towards this Charlie Kirk situation, they're not evil people. They have good intention. Their manner in which they feel the need to express does not suit me, but that doesn't make them bad, does not make them evil. Viewpoints on both sides are important. It is by this tension that great things can arise. It is through the opposition of ideas that the truly greatest ideas can become clearer and better to, easier to understand, and hold the most well-founded truth, because it has to weather the opposition of both sides in order to exist. I'm not sure what else to say on this. I think my call to action would be, don't unfriend your friends just for sounding like idiots. We're all allowed to be idiots sometimes. This is a particularly polarizing event that, blows people off the handle, I guess. In moments of normalcy, outside of the influence of this sort of thing, everybody's good. They're still your friends. Just don't talk politics with them. So that's my call to action. So the day went as follows. I got up early and just kind of packed my stuff. I was waiting on getting some news from one of my clients to make sure I had all the right gear for my shoot until I left. So I left later than I wanted to, but that was all right. The weather was nice. The drive was cool. As you see here, I just made it along nicely there. I got into my sister's house late, around 1 a.m., something like that, and just crashed out. As I was going, it was kind of cool to see my odometer turn to 80,000. I have not yet had this car 2 years. Next month, middle to late next month, will be 2 years for me. So it's cool to see 80,000. That's, I drive a lot, as you probably now realize. And yeah, that's achievement unlocked, I guess. A little milestone there. Literal milestone. Or no stone, but literal mile. Whatever. And thus it was such a fine trip. I will enjoy the rest of the day as planned and report on that later. Until then, thanks for tuning in, y'all. Until next time, take it easy.